This video talks about how to create an authorization in Aware. I like to first start off by saying probably the counselor would be the one that would submit the authorization request form. So I'm on the beacon and I'm in the search field and I'm just typing in authorization. And authorization request comes right up. So you'd click on this and you'd submit this form, and this form would go directly to the support staff or our RC1 that is going to help you issue this authorization. So I'm back to my Aware home screen, and you can see I'm logged in as a support staff, and I enter the participant module. I select one of my test people, Stan BRS, but again, you're selecting the person indicated on the Aware request form. There are different ways to get to the authorization. You can do the selected layout, authorization all, and hit apply, and then you have a new button to create a new authorization. Or you can go up to the new button in the new in the top ribbon to select a new authorization. In the authorization type page, you'll see that there's a vendor auth, there's a direct auth, and there's a reoccurring auth. Direct is a single payment that goes directly to the client or participant. Reoccurring would be reoccurring payments that would go to the client or participant. For example, you agreed to pay for gas over a stretch of 6 months while they start their new job, and you're going to pay them $50 a month or over a period of 6 months. For example, could be anything. But for today, we're gonna just use the vendor authorization option. So support staff would select the vendor authorization. They would populate the vendor. You can just start typing if you know what the vendor name is, or you can use the search. See if I can find something. I'm just going to select this random vendor here, a garage, because I think here I'm looking to do some auto repairs in this example. I'd scroll down to section 3 and I'd hit a new button. And this is the page where we would select the service category and service subcategory that is shown on the authorization request. Let's see what I have here. So I have transportation as my service category. And then I'm going to hit find to see what my service subcategory options are. But again, you're going to be pulling this directly off of the Aware request form. I'm going to select vehicle repair. And down here, you would indicate how much we're paying the vendor. I'm going to say this guy needed help getting his brake fixed. So I'm going to say this cost $900. It's probably not that expensive these days. So I put in the amount and then I hit finish. And then what I want to do now is I want to issue this authorization. So I go up to actions and I select issue authorization. And then it's asking me, do I want to proceed with issuing this authorization? I say, okay. And then it says authorization, whatever has been issued. And mine automatically populates the PDF. So this PDF form is the form that would go to the vendor for signature, if applicable. So this would either be emailed, sent with a participant, mailed, whatever the case may be. Support staff typically handle that. I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm going to back out of this case, and I'm going to log in as a counselor because the service has been provided and it's time to approve for payment. So I'm going to log out as a support staff. I'm going to log in as a counselor. I'm going to go over to the participant module. I'm going to locate my test client, Stan BRS. I'm going to go to my selected layout and I'm going to go to authorizations all. Authorizations all, and then I'm going to hit apply. And then I can see my authorization is issued for Adam's Garage, and I see the amount. I notice here that it hasn't been paid, and we still owe him 900 bucks. So I open up the authorization, and I scroll down to payment requests, section 4, and there's a checkbox beside authorization approved for payment. So I'm the counselor, keep in mind, and I have approved this for payment because I got the receipt back, the invoice back, maybe the authorization was signed and returned to me. So I have my paperwork, and I am definitely going to put that in the case note because we need to have documentation of the service that was provided. So I've checked the proof for payment. I hit finish. And now I'm going to go back to my home screen, and I'm going to log in again as if I'm support staff, getting ready to final pay all this authorization. So it's back in support staff's court. I open up the participant module. I go back to my client. I make sure I'm in the authorization all selected layout. I open up the authorization. I scroll down to section 4, and there's a button that's called Final Pay All. I select that. Opens up another screen. There is an invoice number that's required. If you have an invoice number on a receipt, put that here. If it doesn't have an invoice number, you can just put NA. And then down here, it's the item that we've agreed to pay for, the amount, and you can put the actual amount that we're going to pay the vendor. Sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more. If it's more, sometimes you gotta get a supervisory approval. But in this case, it's the exact amount, so I'm going to enter that amount. And then if you're paying more than authorized, you can put that information here as to why that's the case. Always good to document. Then you hit finish, and you hit finish. And then you'll look here that we have paid, although it takes a while for the payment to actually get processed. But it's done as far as VR staff goes. So that is the process on how to request, issue, approve, and pay an authorization. Thank you very much.